Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Riven. I am really happy that we've made it all the way to Boiler Island. There's that sound that gives me chills. Dawn, I think it was you that had said last time that the little conveyor transport thingy had a little bit less realistic rumble to it than the original. And as soon as you said it, I think I hadn't realized before, but you are bang on. That is absolutely true. It wasn't quite as realistic. That's interesting. I don't remember there being a thingy over there. Okay. Powering that at the moment. Okay. Let's do the ubiquitous check everything. Because I need to see how things work. Up we go. Do we have anything to chop? Oh, it turns itself off. That's very nice. Okay. And then we go to this one. Wow. That slides very easily. I also don't remember a great big culvert here. That's another new thing. Okay. Can hear it boiling. Very nice. Okay. In we go. Not in we go. It'll boil us right now. There's supposed to be a thingy right there. It isn't there. That'll be what the light is. Okay. Boiling away. Oh, that's nice and clear. Okay. And you can see that there's a ladder. Old-fashioned valves. Let's stop the intake. Leave. Or at least drain the water. Very cool. The light is still red. because the water, it's still hot in there. Because this is still powered. Of course. I'm gonna guess. No, it's still powered. Goodness, this is finicky. It's very easy to turn too far. Okay, I might actually have to figure out. Was it actually off? The red light? It's definitely on now. Still red. Oh. I wish I knew. I don't actually know anything about how this machine works. Okay, we'll drain the water. And we'll send power. Still red. Power to that side. But I swear there was something else to do. The actual burner. You. Uh-huh. Yeah. Red light's off. Fire is off. Perfect. Oh. Motion sensor. Down we go. This is the part that comes to here. Hello. Not sure why it's here. That looks like a fire sprinkler with a fire marble in it. This is definitely less dark than the original one, but I do enjoy the echoey of walking through the pipe properly. Oh yeah, I have that silly polarized lens that I was trying to call anti-aliasing last time. A polarized lens. Of course, there's nothing here. Yes. Okay. I rather suspect a lot of the things I'm doing aren't part of the moiety's plan. It's just me finding interesting ways out. Oh, that's not the edge of a cliff. I can't walk up there? Oh. Okay. I really did expect more of a cliff. That's okay. This is fine. Can I walk up this? No. Oh, you're just giving me tantalizingly similar to free range, free roam. Free range? Am I a chicken? Free roam. I don't actually have free roam. Okay. There's our dome. Oh. Yep, also not actually free roam. Okay. The hatch is on the wrong side. I mean, it's acceptable. Not the wrong side, on the other side. Okay. Okay. Let's get power over here. There we go. I keep wanting to look around more. Okay. Open sesame. And look, I will even close the doors so I find the other passageways. Okay. Hold on. No, those are not glowy. Okay. Although that does... Why are we going down? Oh. Oh, this is an interesting... That's an interesting way of doing this area. And also I'm absolutely entranced by this little tunnel mud pathway thing. That's a sidewalk. Okay. Oh. We're draining the water. My goodness. I don't know what I'm doing with this, but I have it. Clearly it goes here. It looked like there was something to grab momentarily. Yikes. Okay. Those are all split. I think I have to bring a chopper thing down, maybe? This is so interesting, guys. All right, up you go. And why is there... That's for the split halves? Okay. Clearly I need to go back up. I don't understand the little viewing platform. Okay. Spinning dome. Ooh. Okay, as expected. Yes. Random light source. Oh, where's my notebook? This one is the vertical line. There we go. First try. Okay, but getting shut inside this the first time was genuinely terrifying. Do I have... I don't have power here yet. Okay. There's my glowy butterfly friend. What else glows out here? That thing, whatever it is. did I just load up? Ah. Well, I've connected something. Can I catch you? No. But now you're circling more than one place. Are they making the sounds of the places they're from? That one doesn't have connection. That one does. Okay. Single dot is the gold dome. What else can we access right now? That eye. That's the jungle. Which we can't connect to just yet. Oh, that's a fun bridge structure, though. Look at that. Okay. I love, love, love the way this space is done up. Okay, where am I wanting to go? Let's go back. We're not done at the boiler island anyway, but we've connected it, so. This way. Oh, that's not a horizontal line. That's a vertical. Oh, no. Vertical line. Yeah, that's what we need. Okay. Really. Okay. So what did I do here? I've got, oh. I think each of these is a fire marble, and I'm powering the bridges. I think. I might be wrong. Okay. I would like out, please. So now instead of a little frog, I sent a geode over to Gehn's. Is that what I did? Let's go take a look. Yeah, it's still there. I'm a little bit confused because the frog smoking was like one of the clearest signs that Gehn's not a good guy. Like, heartless, lack of empathy. I actually have to come this way. I don't actually. I can go up. I can go up with that cart. I like this machine. It's very, very reminiscent of Mist. Okay, so you come back down. And can I... Excellent. Yep, there's a frog in here. I mean, they did do a good job. Hey, Froggy. Hi. How'd you go? I hope he survived that fall. Darts. Pickled frogs. Formaldehyde frogs. Aha, cataloging natural. I've been cataloging the natural elements of this age for many years now, and yet I still continue to find evidence of the number 5. As a boy, it was very clear to me that it held a place of special significance in the Dani society. From ancient heraldic symbols, emblems of the ruling elite to the humble homes of the commoners, it was ubiquitous. This looks like much cleaner handwriting than the original. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems easier to read. Its presence here is clearly a direct reflection of the minds that authored the texts I used to compose this age. For the proof, that through their art, the Dani masters were indeed creating the marvelous worlds they wrote, and not, as many have mistakenly thought, merely forging links to pre-existing worlds. While all of my ages have been based on Dani designs, I see now that the ones most vested with the power of 5 are also the most beautiful, the most perfect, and undoubtedly the most structurally sound. That's really ironic, because Riven is not structurally sound. I still have yet to determine how the Dani color symbology reflects this superior design principle. While ostensibly a 6-color system, I'm convinced that there must be some deeper connection to the number 5. I will continue to investigate. This man has an obsessive personality structure. The Eitrim traps have been particularly fruitful this year. Apparently the breakup of the islands have not adversely affected the subterranean ecosystems. Unfortunately, I imagine the rebels are now experiencing a generous harvest. No shortage of poison for their darts this season. Such vexing issues aside, this unexpected windfall has allowed me to refine a particularly pleasant extract for my pipe, one that is smoother than any other in recent memory. I reluctantly decided to suspend my inquiries into the unusual behavior of the waters of this age, as there are more pressing matters that demand my attention. For future reference, however, my investigations have revealed the following. I believe the remarkable properties of the water to be caused by a microbe that resides within it. Maybe this is the same, because I remember the letter T's being odd. I'm imagining motile? Mobile? That would be motile. Unicellular organism, but one with a structure that allows it to manipulate bits of water, the aggregate effect of which is that the composite body of water is able to deform itself in response to threatening conditions. Prolonged exposure to extreme heat, a period of extended boiling, for example, seems to kill them off, which would explain their dramatic aversion to even moderate rises in temperature. There is still much to learn, however, regarding this particular phenomenon and its possible uses. Construction of the imagers has proceeded without fault. Remarkable how easy it is to adapt the Dani technology to mimic that of the Ahmad. The two cultures must surely have crossed paths at some point in their histories. It may even be that Keto is a direct descendant of the Dani. How else to explain the redemptive depth of our connection? But that's all pointless now. Maintenance on the steam vent caps completed. I'm extremely pleased with the continued success of the system. Another example of the superiority of Dani technology. Ironic that Atris and Catherine's meddling unwittingly provided me with such a convenient source of power. I'm certain now that the fissure was an unexpected byproduct of the changes they wrote into this age as part of their machinations to trap me here. And that Atris never intended for the book to be lost among the stars in the process. Better that a linking book be destroyed than at risk to falling into unknown hands. Had they foreseen the creation of the fissure, they surely would have sought another solution, as the ensuing cataclysm may well have consumed the entire world had I not managed to intervene. Catherine would never have knowingly taken such a risk. I love that he almost wrote her real name, her Rivenese name. And surely my son, given his own dearth of vertebrae, had only meant for Riven to become my prison and not my tomb. I'm discontinuing regular observations of the expanse beneath the fissure. I have tracked the stars and have proven that their paths are cyclical, but without proper instrumentation there's nothing more I can learn. My theory, however, remains unaltered. The fabric of this age was breached in a way that permits matter to be hospitably exchanged between two discrete yet overlapping spaces. Yet the attendant paradoxes defy the laws of conventional physics. The great column of wind that formed when the rift first appeared suggests a vacuum, as one might expect in space. Yet my early experiments seem to confirm the presence of a breathable atmosphere. That Atris momentarily threw himself into the void is further evidence that it might possibly be safe to venture into, but without knowing its true nature, I simply cannot take the risk. It's also difficult to say what would happen were I to reopen the fissure now, but it is highly probable that results would be disastrous. My hopes have been dashed again. The latest ink formulation has proven to be yet another in a long list of failures. Frustrating to spend so much effort constructing a linking book only to end up destroying it when it refuses to function. Too often has this lab grown uncomfortably warm by the flames of these never-ending disappointments. Without my reference library back in Dunny, a properly orthodox linking book may simply be beyond my means, but I simply cannot burn another book. There must be another way. Pens of fate. Late last night, while pondering these interminable setbacks, I went to light my pipe. The fire marble got away from me, however, and rolled across the gateway image of the book, the open book before me. If the consequence of this had not been repeatable, I would not have believed my eyes. As the marble left a faint yet definite trail of increased clarity in its wake, the change did not last long, but it was unmistakable. If I could find a way to boost the energy output of my fire marbles, it might be possible to suppress the variance enough to facilitate a stable link. But how? If I'm remembering correctly, wasn't it... I thought it was Catherine that figured out the fire marble. Maybe not. The fire marbles. No, they had the crystal. A spatial anomaly occurred yesterday, about 5 spans above the north shore of Temple Island. A breach of stars, seemingly identical to the one beneath the fissure. It began as a small cloud-like hole, which then commenced to expand in random surges. With some effort, I was finally able to contain it with runic plates, similar to the ones I designed for the fissure. I believe it will hold, but the appearance of a new rift is troubling. Temple Island. Did I miss seeing that? And yet, it has also left me with the most uncanny feeling that something fundamental has shifted in my favor. I believe it may be time to give this inexplicable mystery a second look. I've erected a small dome, a pressurized airlock, mounted upon the contained breach. Oh, that's why. All of the spinning domes are airlocks. Okay. So that means that the one on Jungle Island is going to, if it continues, end up being given a dome as well. This has allowed me to safely conduct tentative forays into the expanse without subjecting Riven to further invasion and destruction that would certainly attend it. It's bafflingly... Goodness, my mouth has stopped working. It is a bafflingly improbable space, yet surprisingly more accommodating than my initial observations had led me to believe. Breathing is indeed possible within it, yet I cannot say that it is respiration as I am used to it. Rather, as nonsensical as this is going to sound, it feels at times as if the expanse was breathing me, and in the process, imbuing me with a sense of endless possibility. At last, the breakthrough I was hoping for. After my first full day of experiments in the expanse, I was astonished to discover that the fire marbles in my coat pocket had come to fluoresce. A quick strike test confirmed that their energy levels had increased significantly, and their charge has lasted longer than I would have thought possible. In a clear act of divine providence, the expanse has given me the final piece of the puzzle. An apparently boundless energy source that should be more than sufficient to rectify my linking books. But I must work quickly. 2 more breaches have occurred in the interim, each one more aggressive and difficult to contain than the last. Time, I fear, is running out. The breach is now number 5, a sure sign that I'm on the right path. I have connected the domes on each of them via a nexus of pathways within the expanse, which will serve as an inter-island shortcut as I continue my work to my enhanced fire marble complex. The loss of 2 more men yesterday has made it clear that the full spectrum of energy is too great for even my finest fire marbles to contain, so I've decided to break it up into 5 discrete frequency ranges, which will later be recombined for application to the book. I've installed 5 charging stations within the expanse, each one calibrated to imbue a blank fire marble with a separate band of the total energy needed. A pneumatic tube system will then convey the charged marbles to the Great Gold Dome on Riven for recombination. Freedom is nearly within my grasp. Oh, that's interesting. That makes sense. This is a good place to put that diagram, actually. The islands. The problem of how to return to Riven has been settled. Reckon has proven his usefulness over the years, and at times nearly rivaling my own engineering prowess. He and his team will have the honor of being the first to link to the New Age, bringing with them the necessary materials to build a vastly simplified version of the book apparatus, which I have personally designed. If they do not return within a reasonable amount of time, I will revise my design and send additional men until they get it right. Should they founder, however, I'm prepared to sacrifice every last man on Riven to continue the effort. This cannot fail. I mean, they've definitely given him more sacrificing people rather than thinking he's a god. At long last, a variable loop has been established. After an eternity of toil and sacrifice, I am unconscionably preemption and an unconscionable preemption of the ages I might have fathered, I have finally linked to a new age. It is a bleak and barren world, perfectly suited for my purposes. By closely comparing the real with the written, I believe I will soon be able to create a more appropriate age from which to relaunch my mission. For now, however, I will move my office and living quarters there so that I may safely continue my endeavors without distraction. Although it is but a stepping stone, I forget what the number is an utter triumph. To think that I have accomplished in a matter of years, under extremely adverse conditions, what it took my Dani ancestors centuries to achieve. I caught one of my assistants thumbing through this journal today. He will certainly never do it again, but I'm glad I chose to write in this in a language these people cannot decipher. Perhaps it's time I reviewed security measures with each guild master. No problems expected from the builders, maintainers, and surveyors, but the bookmakers and educators may need a bit more motivation. More reports of spirit sightings. It seems that under Catherine's leadership, the rebels, or black moiety, as the villagers stubbornly insist on referring to them, have attained a new level of sophistication in their terror tactics, renewing their campaign to intimidate the weak-minded into joining them by preying upon their cultural superstitions. I suppose I should be concerned by this, but it strikes me as almost laughable. If the rebels wish to dilute their ranks with dimwits, then who am I to stop them? Chemical analysis of one of the rebel knives has yielded curious results. The metal contains elements that are unlike anything I've encountered on the islands. It appears the rebels have access to a resource I'm unaware of, perhaps a mine or an uncharted island. Most of these knives have been found on the south side of the village, the same region that reports of people mysteriously disappearing have emanated from. I think a closer inspection of the area is warranted. The fact that the rebels deliberately leave these distinctive knives as a sign of their presence is concerning. They're growing bolder, as if they no longer fear discovery of their hideout. Recent measurements indicate that the movement of the island has slowed dramatically. This is closer. I'm pretty sure this is all what was in the original book now. Safe place to relocate. Useful to know what has caused the halt in Riven's breakup. I wonder if it's Atris. If so, I must discover how it differs, which has already shown troubling signs of decay, although further tests are needed, and yet. There's something about this that gives me pause. Could it be someone is trying to repair the damage to the Fifth Age at its source? I cannot help but think that the Hand of Atris is behind this somehow. Good job. Okay. That's the fruit that gets cut. Oh, that's the gun. That's his gun. Main door. Water getting floaty. Yeah. And the flower. Tree with the 5 pointed center. Shells. I'll have 5 scallops or points. Leaves. Okay. There's the dagger he found. Last week, one of my acolytes caught a rebel sniffing around the cemetery totem in the jungle. In keeping with general ineptitude of my men, the dog was allowed to escape, but at least the fool had the presence of mind to bring me the object in question. It's a primitive eyepiece into which the native numbers has been set. Given the fact that the accursed numeric system requires you to know which way a symbol has been rotated in order to read it, however, there's no way to make sense of it. It's probably an overestimation of the Moides' intelligence to suspect that there may be some greater meaning behind it, but tomorrow I shall send a surveyor out to inspect the other totems just to be safe. That's very fun. Okay. So this one, where's my pencil? There we go. So we've got this is the jungle one. It's one of those shapes. And the lighted side is over there. Okay. Oh, there's his starry expanse globy thingy. Bookbinding. In the original, I'm pretty sure this was just a furnace, wasn't it? Oh. Oh, that's the fire marble. Interesting. Yeah, this is quite different. The counterintuitive aspect of fire marbles that a greater strike force does not always yield the maximum energy output never ceases to amaze me. Optimal strike force, base value, crossed it out. Fire marble to power marble, strike force compensations. Okay. So are those referring to locations? That must be. Plus, pretty sure that's a number 2. This one. That one. Plus. And then that one is a minus. And this one's a minus. I wish I had these numbers memorized. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So can we do something with this? Uh-huh. How do I get this to really... I would like to take this marble out, please. Oh, it's magnetic. Interesting. Do I need one of these? Oh. Well, you're a familiar looking slider. Okay. I mean, I feel like that's not what we're supposed to be doing here. That doesn't seem correct. Okay. What's blinking? Why am I getting blinking? Ah. I should probably turn this off. Okay. Well, Gehn's laboratory. Terrifying as always. I think because we're just past the 1 hour mark, I'm gonna call it here. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you guys have a really lovely rest of your day. And we'll catch you next time.